Phone addiction has become a giant problem. Let's talk about it today. You're using your phone as a form of medication, as a tranquilizer for all the stuff that's going wrong in your life, all the stuff that you don't want to face. First of all, let us say the life of a man is hard. There are a lot of times in your life and in my life where we're going to feel like poop. Yes, Jad feels like poop also. Okay? Jad has problems also. In what areas? All areas. Okay? I'm not going to jump on here and be like, I'm the guru and I have everything figured out. Everybody's got issues. Okay? So let's talk about how do you deal with these issues in a positive way as a man and not crack. So, phone addiction. If you're doing the following, then you're not being a 10.0 man. I want you to be a 10.0 man. So, you're compulsively using your phone. Every time it dings and dongs, you're on it. You're in line, you're using your phone. You're in the elevator, you're using your phone. You feel social anxiety in a group because you're being left out, you use your phone. It's like a blankie. Okay? Adults using their phone all the time, it's basically like having a blankie. It's an adult blankie. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling depressed. I thought about a negative thought and I don't want to think about it. That's what it is. Are you a baby or are you a motherfucking man? You're a motherfucking man. So stop using this like a fucking blankie. So let's talk about how this is affecting your brain and your emotional state. A lot of men who come to me are maybe not depressed, but they're not in a good place. Why? Because they are living in hyperstimulation. I call it hyperstimulation. I don't know if that's an official term, but that's what I use. So what is hyperstimulation? Hyperstimulation is you go from your phone to your computer, to gaming, to watching Netflix, back to your phone. Let's go watch some porn. Let's go doom scroll. Let's go on TikTok. Let's do some more gaming. You're going from electronic. If you work on the computer, that's even worse, right? So you're working on the computer, then you're medicating with your electronics, and you're just hyperstimulated. Hyperstimulation is the opposite of presence. If you've been following me for a while, you know what presence is. Presence basically means you are in the moment. You're not up in your head thinking, and you're present, you're calm, you're grounded, you're here. And there's an observer between you and the thoughts. So a man who's present, maybe he's in a social situation and he's like, oh my God, I'm scared, right? But he's like, oh look, I'm having the thought that I'm scared. Oh look, I'm having the thought that, oh, I always fail when I try. I'm not in the thought. There's spaciousness. A person who's hyperstimulated, who's always using their phone, always scrolling, always gaming, always okay? When he's at the party or in a boardroom meeting and he has the thought, oh, I'm not going to do well, I always mess it up, he's not observing, oh, look, I'm having an insecure thought. He's in the thought. You are the thought. Oh, I'm insecure. Oh, I'm not enough. And what does that do? Oh, that makes you even more nervous. And guess what? You've been hyperstimulated for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 6 months. And so you're hyperstimulated. And so any negative thought is just going to make you're just going to go deeper in that negative thought. And you're like, oh my God, I'm not enough. And that's how the majority of men in this society are. Does that seem powerful to you? Of course not. So, the first message of this video is understand how much you are damaging yourself. One interesting thing, a lot of my new clients, all my clients practice presence, but when you are a new client of mine, one thing we get you to do is start practicing presence, being in the present moment. One exercise is, I could tell you, hey man, just sit daily for 20 minutes, no music, no phone, no reading, nothing, just sit there. And just stare out the window. Just stare at the wall. Just do nothing for 20 minutes. You would be amazed at how many men cannot do that. That's crazy. Oh, Jad, it's boring. Oh, I can't. if you can't stay and just sit there for 20 minutes and look at a tree, that's a huge sign that you are very addicted, very hyperstimulated, and your brain has gotten to the point, to an unhealthy point. Now, let's talk about depression, negative thoughts, negative feelings, the absence of drive, of motivation, of ambition. That's directly connected to hyperstimulation. So, if you want to be an unmotivated, depressed, lost, hopeless guy, just do this all the time. Oh, okay, well, compulsively, or ding, oh, ding, dong, oh, do that. You'll be fucked. Okay? So if you're wondering, hey, why do I feel lost? Why am I so negative? Why do I feel so unmotivated? It's because your brain is hyperstimulated and it is not in a good place. What you need to do is unplug and replace. So what are you doing? Why are people hyperstimulated? It's not because you're bored. It's because you are avoiding facing something. You are not facing yourself. You are not facing life. You are not facing something that may be bothering you. Let's say you just went through a breakup. So what are you doing is you're medicating. You're medicating with the doom scrolling, the porn, the gaming, you're medicating with electronics, hyperstimulation. Maybe even food, vaping, weed, that's a whole other conversation, okay? But you're medicating. My message to you is stop running towards things that break you down. Stop medicating with things that break you down. Do you really think this and all the electronic other things are building you up and helping you ultimately? No, they're breaking you down even further and making you even weaker. We, as 10.0 men who want to be the 10.0 versions of ourselves, need to medicate in positive ways. What does that mean? Take a cold shower. Wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Go hit the weights and hit them hard. Journal. If you had some idea of like a business you want to start, go start it. This is called stacking wins. When you feel down, when you feel like shit, what you got to start doing is stacking wins. Okay? Oh, I feel so lonely and heartbroken. Okay, let's take a cold shower. After the cold shower, you're going to buy yourself 20, 30 minutes of feeling good, feeling pride. Oh yeah, most men are too bitch to take a cold shower. I just took one. Boom, there's a win. Then after a while, you dip again. Oh, I can't believe she broke up with me, this and that. Okay, let me go for a run. You go for a 20-minute run. After the run, you're feeling good. Boom, just stacked another win. Now you bought yourself maybe an hour. Now you go through your day, whatever, this and that, and you feel bad again. Boom, let's do 20 minutes of presence. You stacked another win. At the end of the day, you've stacked all these wins. And so you're going to feel better about yourself. So there's a negative way to medicate yourself, and there's a positive way to medicate yourself. Stop medicating yourself with things that break you down. Start medicating yourself with things that build you up. What an amazing story it would be that after Mike got dumped by Jennifer, Mike went monk mode and used all that pain as fuel to transform himself into the 10.0 version of himself. So we see Mike 6 months later, he's jacked, he's ripped, he has an amazing daily ritual, he's eating healthy, he's feeling amazing, he's stacking wins day after day, he's living a militant life. And you know what he has? He has pride. At the end of the day, when you stacked your doom scrolling over your gaming, over your porn, over your junk food, at the end of the day, do you feel proud of yourself? Do you feel higher self-worth? No. What do you feel? Shame. Okay? But you woke up early, you journaled, you ate the healthy food, you did your workout, you did a second workout, you meditated, this and that. At the end of the day, your self-worth elevated. Confidence must be earned. It is not a default. Confidence is like this. Confidence must be earned, and it must be earned every single day. The rent is due every single day. The mistake a lot of men are making is they're like, oh yeah, I got confidence, I'm good with that. Now let me game and be hyperstimulated. No, this hyperstimulation is literally poking a hole in your confidence bucket and emptying it. The man who's medicating with the positive habits, stacking wins, running towards the things that build him, that's the man who's building his confidence every single day. Your self-worth. A lot of you, even me, I had self-worth issues. When you stack these wins, you build your self-worth. Hey, Jad, every time I see a girl I like, I don't feel worthy enough to go talk to her. Hey, Jad, every time I want to get a promotion or go after something in business, I don't feel worthy. How do I feel worthy? You stack wins every single day. You build your pride in yourself. You know that you made all the right choices for yourself. You ran towards things that built you. And at the end of every day, you feel self-worth. Now you stack those days into a week into a month into a year, and you tell me you're not going to have the highest self-worth. Then you walk into that social venue and you're like, I'm awesome. I can't wait to introduce myself to that 10 over there. You walk into the boardroom and you say, I'm the motherfucking man. I'm the hardest man in here. I look the best. I'm the most disciplined. I can't wait to stand in front of this room and show everybody who I am. I can't wait to give everyone in the boardroom and at the party the gift of me, the 10.0 bad motherfucker. Phone addiction is breaking you down and making you a lesser version of yourself. Stop it. Stop the phone. Stop the excessive gaming. Stop the excessive electronic use. Final side note. Nothing against gaming. Do it responsibly. Nothing against watching TV series. Do it responsibly. But here's a nice game you could play with yourself. Earn your gaming session. Earn your series session. Say, okay, I got to do 300 burpees to earn my 2 hours of gaming. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, still do the things, if gaming is your passion, still do it, but do it responsibly. We can go a lot deeper. If this resonated with you and you want to go deep, go to jatjones.com, DM me, and I'll give you a very nice free resource that can turbocharge this whole thing.